The next step is to get these authenticated at the Chinese embassy. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and staying tuned. If you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified whenever I do an upload. In today's video, again, it will be quite informational for persons who may be considering teaching English in China. So that's in ESL teaching in China. So this one will be specific for Jamaicans, and we'll be focusing on the authentication process. Now this can look quite similar for persons from other countries who are also considering teaching opportunities as an ESL teacher in China. Okay, so thank you for watching. Remember, continue staying tuned, like the videos, leave your comments, share, and tell your family and friends to come on over and subscribe. Now, first and foremost in the authentication process, so what is the authentication process? So this is basically where a selected personnel from the respective agency that you'll be going, or the respective governmental body, is given a signature or a stamp to say they have approved the validity of your document, and it can be used for the purpose for which you are intending to use it for. All right, so the first thing you want to do in this process is that, remember in the previous video I would have made mention of the requirements, and I did say that you need your bachelor's degree, you need your non-criminal record, you need your degree. Yeah, so the bachelor's degree, non-criminal record, the ESL for persons, the TEFL certificate, sorry, for persons who are going to be teaching English that are not teacher trained or who don't have 2 or more years of teaching experience, you'd need a TEFL certificate. All right, so, and I mentioned, you need your passport from an English speaking country. Now specifically, we're going to be looking at the documents non-criminal record, degree, and the TEFL. So first thing first is your non-criminal record. Specific to Jamaica, this can take some time, so you want to go ahead and request this very early, very early, because it can take very long. And you want to ensure that at the point in which you get the job, you have all documents, and it's just for you to go ahead and book a flight, or your employer to assist you in booking a flight so you can leave and you have a smooth transition in your new opportunity. So first thing first, go ahead and request your non-criminal record as soon as possible. Now, I mean, at the time I've been here over 2 years, almost going 3. So at that time, it would have been downtown. They had moved the office to, I think, is it where near Digicel? I'm not sure if that's where it's still being done, but you can do your research as well. Wherever it is that you can request the non-criminal record, you go ahead and do so. Why you want to do this first? Remember, it takes a long time, right? And sometimes in governmental agency, things are drawn out in terms of time period, and sometimes even if you pay for express, you would realize that it's a waste of your money because there's backlog or there's some level of inconsistency. My channel, definitely I'll level with you. I'll give it to you 100% so you can try to make informed decision. All right, so after requesting your non-criminal record, so remember your TEFL. If you did not actually have a TEFL certificate, you would have wanted to go on ahead to apply for this and do the prerequisite for the programs to get it, and eventually get that certificate in Jamaica in person. All right, so say now you have done all of that, you have requested your non-criminal, you have it, you have gotten your TEFL certificate. And also, most importantly, when you're getting your TEFL certificate, you want to ensure that from the TEFL Institute or that particular body from which you're doing the TEFL certificate, you have requested a transcript of that TEFL certificate. Now, so you need After getting all of those documents, you need to copy these in color. That's your degree, your bachelor's degree. And for persons who have masters, coming from a master's level, you need all of that. So if you have your bachelor's, your master's, color copy them. Color copy your non-criminal record. Have a colored copy of your TEFL certificate as well. Now, after having the colored copy, now the first step is for you to go to MOE, Ministry of Education at Era Circle. At the time in which I went, it was building 3. However, you can ask the security personnel which building to go to for persons wanting to authenticate their bachelor's degree or master's degree and their TEFL for overseas work program. They will direct you. All right, so again, you have all the originals and you take alongside colored copy of these. Now for MOE, which is Ministry of Education, they will authenticate 2 documents, which is your degree, your bachelor's degree or your master's degree or whatever other level you have, and your TEFL certificate. So you need to present that particular personnel with the original and the colored copy of each. Now, at that point in time, they had the personnel who was doing the authentication had requested for the transcript for the TEFL to be emailed to them. I'm not very much sure if this is still being done or that person is still the person, but you can find out who or what can be done. Do you need to have the printed transcript, or do you still need to email the respective person who will be doing the authentication of that document? So after doing that, this is done within 1 day, of course. So for me, I would say start early in the morning. You have your business to do, get up out of your bed and go as early as possible to get it done, because sometimes you don't know how many other persons are going to get stuff done as well, and you want to be ahead of your game and have everything organized. If you're anything like me, that is. So after doing that, you get your degree, the colored copy of your degree and the colored copy of your TEFL authenticated, right? Remember, your original document should not be having affixed any authentication. It's the colored copy of that original document. All right, great. So after doing that, if you have already gotten your non-criminal record and you have on you in person your original non-criminal record and a colored copy, you can feel free to go to Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Now that is in New Kingston. I don't quite remember what the road is, but you can research that as well. So you go there. And what would be helpful, is that you also visit their website. I can show you the link in the description box below, the website, or you can Google that on your own. Why? So you can know how much it is to authenticate each page of document, and the best operating time for you to go and get that done, so prevent delay and having to go several other times. So if it's a case where you would have done that research already, you've gone on their website and you left Ministry of Education, then you can go Ministry of Foreign Affairs once you have all those documents. Now, what you will submit at Ministry of Foreign Affairs is, again, that original and a copy of your bachelor's degree or whatever degree you're using or level of certification, your original and colored copy of your TEFL and your non-criminal record, and your colored copy of the non-criminal record. Now, you will leave that. You speak with the person who is the receptionist. She will advise you as well, which you will basically the same information that would be on the website, I suppose, in terms of the amount to be paid based on how soon you want those documents returned or ready for you to pick up. Yes, you can also arrange for pickup or a delivery company to deliver it to you, whichever you prefer. So usually this process can take probably a few days, probably 2 to 3 days. Again, you can confirm for the exact date on the Ministry of Foreign Affairs website as to how long it takes to authenticate the documents, and dependent on how soon you want it, how much it will cost you. So after doing that, now, of course, you go back on the respective day that they tell you to return, because they're going to give you have to pay right? And they're going to give you a receipt. And when you go back, you show your receipt, you collect your documents, ensure that it's all your documents, colored copies and originals. Now, after doing that, very importantly, the next step is to get these authenticated at the Chinese embassy. Now, as well, I will leave a link in the description box of the Chinese embassy. You as well can go ahead, do due diligence and Google the Chinese embassy. Why? Because you want to know what their operating time and days are, right? Now, so all those documents that you would have authenticated, you'll need to take to the Chinese embassy on that selected date that you have decided to go within the operating hour. So your passport is definitely left along with all of those authenticated documents at the Chinese embassy. So your passport would be left there until that Chinese embassy have completed the authentication process. Then you pick up as well with the other documents. The person at the receptionist desk would advise you as to how much, and again, this information can be confirmed on the Chinese Embassy of Jamaica website, as to the amount to be paid per document. Now, the very good thing here is that you don't pay this amount up front immediately when you're leaving the documents. You pay when you return to collect the documents, and I think this is a very good thing. I suppose it's still being done. You can verify that, but that was the case. Now, they don't take physical cash, so you have to ensure you review the website again and also ensure your payment method is one of which they allow. As I recall, a manager's check can be used. It has to be specific for the amount, which is the total to cover all documents that needs to be authenticated, right? So a manager's check can be used. Your credit or your debit cards can be used as well. So no cash is allowed in person. You can visit the website to see what other cards are not allowed and what other cards are allowed. All right. So after doing that, you leave your documents at the Chinese embassy. You get your certificate. You get your receipt. Sorry, this receipt will indicate when you can pick up. Upon picking up from the Chinese embassy, you will have to pay using the selected method of payment. At that point in time, I think they had a mini interview, which was just a small discussion, after, I think it was just a small discussion, as I recall, with the personnel who is actually the person who authenticates the documents, if I recall correctly. But for persons who may already have gone through this process as well, feel free to comment down below as well. How did you find this process of going through the authentication for the Chinese program as well? You can definitely comment down below. But this is the authentication process. After getting everything authenticated, then you are now free to settle on a date with your employer. Now, a side note, so the overall process of getting and of having your documents, selected documents, getting it authenticated and ready and selecting. So, you identify your recruiter. They will tell you what documents you need. You get these documents authenticated, all while sending your introductory video, which should be about a minute long. And also you send your resume and your work experiences to that recruiter or the school directly if you are dealing with the human resource personnel. So all of that, you secure your job, and still you can secure your job while still doing the authentication. Also, very importantly, is that you have to do a medical. A lot of jobs require you to do a medical and provide a medical certificate. So that recruiter or human resource person will give you the form, and you go to your doctor, have your physician fill the information out. You do the respective tests that needs to be done, and you have those signed off by that physician. Some may wait until you have arrived in China, which whether or not you do it or you're required to do it from Jamaica, you'll still have to do it in China, because of course they want to ensure you're healthy and fit for the work environment. So this is what the authentication process looks like, and the overall process in its entirety. So as soon as you have everything ready, you have a job, you have the documents authenticated. Also importantly, you know, the personnel at the Chinese embassy may ask you for something from your employer. So, you know, your employer would give you either the contract or something to give the person at the Chinese embassy as well. So that's something to note in the authentication process. But this is what the process looks like. So you can definitely go for it. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was very informative and helpful for persons who are considering teaching in China, teaching ESL. All right, stay tuned for other videos, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.